delegation as possible was that one of our survivors who we did bring with us, when she was in residential school for 10 years, she knew that she wasn't being treated properly by priests and nuns. And she talked with her sisters and said, well, what do we do when we're not being treated properly? And when they were children in residential school, they said, well, we have to go to the top. We have to go to the Pope and tell him what's happening. And that's exactly what happened today. And so it was...
Ugh. Okay. I just finished ranting for 10 minutes. I forgot to fucking turn my mic on. Anyway. Okay, so. First of all, you think, okay, her and her sisters, there was no, she's acting like there was no male fucking res kids. Okay? Second of all, Métis, the only Métis that really matter was the Quebec Métis, French people. They're the only ones who assimilated with the natives, really. They're not the only ones that matter, but I mean, a lot of these Métis people, like 10th generation, 8th generation, like they don't even have family on the res. They've never experienced intergenerational poverty or abuse. They've never had the effects of that, you know, like, they never had to deal with the effects of that, or deal with the fucking living on a res where there's no amenities, there's, like, no education, no jobs. Not that that's every res, but there's a lot of res where it's very, there are jobs, but it's not, like, a good paying, like, industrial, you know, job. Anyway. So... Yeah, like the natives, we gotta go to the top and talk to the Pope, the guy who put us in the res school. That's what's gonna help us. Bull fucking shit, okay? There's res schools scattered across Canada. Mohawk Residential School, the Mushholes, in Hamilton, Ontario, about an hour away from me. They will not investigate it. Fucking St. Joe, my grandmother went to St. Joe's and escaped from St. Joe's. They will not investigate it. I think there's 36 or 100 res schools that were scattered across Canada, and it's very simple. Go to the original sites and do a little bit of excavating. They fucking refuse because they know they're gonna find, like, shit tons of dead kids. Because that's what happened. Kids were raped, abused. A decent amount of them were fucking killed. There's plenty of stories, plenty of rumors about kids being hidden in the forest and buried underground and fucking hidden in the fucking sewers. Okay? But nobody wants to... They don't want to... If Canada gave a shit, they do an investigation. Go to every fucking res school and make it a big thing. Hey, day one, we're at this res school. Now we're going to do our investigation. Okay, nothing here, next res school. We're going to do our investigation, nothing here, next res school. Why don't they do that? Systematically? No, they got to do this whole fanciful, oh, look, we took the Métis and we took them and the women to the fucking, to talk to the Pope, and the Pope listened. This is all they say in this interview. Oh, the Pope listened to us, and he listened to us intently, and he said peace, respect, love, and that's what he said. He didn't say, sorry for fucking scooping up all your fucking cousins and aunts and uncles and sticking them into a fucking abusive environment, telling them that their mumbo jumbo woo woo language can't be spoken because they're savages and they're psychos, and now you can't swim in the fucking Hamilton Harbor. Thanks, Europeans. Thanks, Spanish. Thanks, French people. I'm so glad that there's bodies of water that I can't even fucking dip my toes into without getting poisoned. Now that you've come here and raped me, our people, of their culture and language. Thank you. Luckily, there's reserves like mine that preserve the Anishinaabemowin language, and now there's apps and shit out there, but that's the other thing that's fucked. Our app is gone. Somebody bought our app out, and now they're just selling it. It has nothing to do with fucking Wikwemikong. And we made the fucking Indigenous learning app. We were the first ones to make an Indigenous learning app, and now there's... Anyway, the other thing, okay... The Liberals held all reserves and natives hostage. Like, at least the Conservatives were straight up and were like, listen, we gotta help our people first. We'll get to you eventually. Okay? Alright. It's worse than the fucking Liberals going. It's not as bad as... No, it's not worse than the Liberals, but we're pretty much in the same fucking boat. The Liberals go, oh yeah, we'll definitely fund you and stuff, but you're backing us. You're Liberals now. You get your funding, you get all the money that you were promised by the Conservatives now, and then some, but now you're liberal. Now you're backing our story. Now you're going to get into politics right now, even though you're going to... So you know that system that put you where you are now? Well, if you want to take advantage of it, if you want us to fucking get you your funding and shit, because we have to push the liberal agenda, because that's the only thing we have. That's what's keeping our immigrants that we've immigrated into the country for our votes. That's what's keeping our ignorant people voting for us. thinking that we're standing up for the rights of the minorities while ignoring the majority, which is everybody, because Canada's a fucking smelting pot. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, if you look at the reserves, there was a bunch of elections that were supposed to happen. At least in my reserve, there was supposed to be an election. I love my chief. Okay, my chief's actually related to me, which is great. Little bit nepotistic, but he wasn't even supposed to run this year because he's been chief for like ever. He's supposed to be. He wasn't even on the fucking ballot, and they elected him, and we're liberal fucking res again. Like what? Like what? All reses are liberal, and it's all based off of this fucking government tyrannical bullshit. Where everybody got vaccinated, so that means that they vote liberal because they believe in what we're holding up. Because the conservatives don't want anyone to be vaccinated. Meanwhile, the conservatives are like, yeah, we want everybody to be vaccinated. We just don't want people losing their jobs over it. We don't see the point in firing nurses and doctors who have been exposed to COVID for the last fucking year. And then the liberals flip it and go, well, they just want to spread the disease and they don't believe in it and they're evil. Meanwhile, we're going to fire 2,000 nurses and a couple doctors because they're evil like conservatives and they don't want to take their shots. Like, what? How does that make sense? I highly doubt they would have infected more people than they would have saved. Or killed more people than they would have saved. You know what I mean? And it's fucking insane. Anyway, back to the indigenous struggle. How the fuck? The Pope's not going to do anything. The Pope's the one who sent the fucking priests and nuns out to assimilate the fucking native people. I fucking highly doubt any native person who was in a res school getting abused by nuns and priests were like, yeah, you know what? We got to talk to these people. They're going to help us. They're literally there under the guise of helping you while abusing you. You know what I mean? That's why they were that's why they were able to vehemently fucking steal the children from the parents and, tell them they gotta stop talking their savage language. Because in their eyes, according to the Pope, according to God at the time, the doctrine of the Lord, you had to take these people out of their tribes because they were going to rape and kill each other and they're savages. Or else, they needed God. If you look at the Catholic Church today, it's fucking a pedophile sanctuary. It's literally, there's one cardinal, I forget his fucking name, there's only one cardinal out there who's openly doing investigations into other cardinals and popes that are actively like involved in sexual assault cases against children and shit. And while Rome's trying to cover up, this priest is like, we should be covering up shit. Everybody should know that there's a bunch of fucking sickos in the Catholic Church and that it needs to be purged. But it doesn't. And it never happens. And they never admit fault or they say, oh, well, the priest is better now. We moved him to another city and we reformed him. No. Put his ass in fucking jail. Period. I don't give a fuck what part of the ladder he's on. But it's all part of this fucking organizational bullshit. And I don't know, it just needs to stop. But this is fucking stupid. Like, this native delegation's going to see the Pope. What does that have to do with anything? They're still boil water advisories. And now they're trying to... I saw advertisements. If you're native, please call the Canadian government. You can be compensated for having to deal with no drinking water for the last 30, 40, 60, whatever, how many years. You know what I mean? Since the red schools got established, since fucking reserves got established, now you can call us because the government's too fucking competent to solve the drinking water problem on the reserves. So now they're like, oh, well, now we're going to give money up. And that's how the liberal government works. These false fucking veneers of promises, and all the general population are stupid enough to fucking believe them and go, oh, they're so good. They're helping all the impoverished and the people of color and and oh, great. So now all the immigrants are going to, all the people who've immigrated to Canada, they're going to vote for the Canadians because they go out of their way to help people that aren't Canadian. And that aren't fucking, that aren't white. They don't help white people, so we gotta vote for Trudeau. It's bullshit. They don't help you either. They give you false promises, saying that, oh, free dental, free pharma, free childcare. Oh, cool, Trudeau, thanks. Well, where's that money coming from? Who's getting the money? Oh, well, we might need more money, but don't worry, we're taking care of you. Oh, that's great, Trudeau, but that's not what I asked. I asked, who's getting the money? Who's getting the money for these programs? How are you funding them? And if I decide to pull myself out of poverty and start working, is that going to be worth it? The answer is no. The answer is you're going to be way better off not having a job and collecting government income, UBI, and depending on the government, which is where this whole WEF thing comes in. Because if you become dependent on the government, you cannot own anything. You have nothing to pay for it because your money is not your money. It's the government's money. So that's where you will own nothing and be happy. Because you're going to be renting your house. You're going to be, as soon as you go against the status quo, you're going to get that taken away because it's not yours. It's the government's, and you're not supporting the government. So why would the government support you? Period. That's why you need to work. That's why you need autonomy. That's why we have dental coverage, pharma coverage through work, through jobs, because that's how it works. It's supporting itself. The economy cannot fucking pay for everything without some kind of give back. You know what I mean? If you work at a job, you're contributing to society. You're putting your labor into society in exchange for dental, pharma. Okay? You're giving a little bit of your money that you're earning and that you're putting into society, into medical assistance and stuff. You know what I mean? And I've never heard of people on welfare not being able to get meds or, I have heard about it sometimes. Yes. But I haven't heard it hasn't been a huge issue. You know what I mean? I know there's insulin problems and stuff like that, but I haven't heard, it's not been it's been quite of a big issue, but you know what I mean? They can still get their meds. You can still get your meds. You don't do anything. You don't fucking work. You have 40 hours a week to hatch out a plan to fucking build a lemonade stand or do whatever you gotta do to get your couple $100 for your fucking meds. Because what else are you gonna do? You're gonna, I don't know, some people can't work, I know, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, back to Indigenous people. It's just ridiculous. They're touting our people around like they're fucking mascots. Every time I see an Indigenous person, no, not all Native people wear fucking flowery fucking nature beads all the time. Not everybody dresses like that. Every time I see a Native delegation, they're dressed like a fucking, like Trudeau, like a Trudeau caricature of a fucking Native. And it's like, ugh. Yes, the clothes is nice, but honestly, it kind of looks lame. You know what I mean? Flowery, blah, blah, blah. I get it. It's part of our culture, but at the same time, they all look like casino. They all look like your typical Native that run a casino. And all the chiefs that they get involved, they all look like your typical classic corrupt chief, dressed real nice. You look like you got a real nice truck. And when you ask them where the money from the government goes, they're like, oh, it's going into the community. And you go throughout the community, and fucking everybody's dressed in fucking tattered clothes. You go to the local playgrounds, all the kids are fucking look like shit, and they're fucking playing with dead animals. It's fucking so sad. And then you have the majority, look up mob mentality, okay? You have the majority of people going, oh, there's such a good government. Why would you shit on Trudeau? Look at all the stuff they're doing for us. You look at all the fucking stuff they're doing for us. You look at it. Don't tell me that the Trudeau government is helping us, that the Liberal government is helping us, and then you're just going to say, oh, they keep saying pharma, they're giving free dental and free healthcare and free childcare. They're helping the people. They got our back. They keep saying that. Yeah, they keep saying that. Everybody fucking says that. What government politician comes in and campaigns that they're going to fuck everything up? Nobody. But you know what the Liberals have done? Fucked everything up. If you go up to your Liberal delegation and go, hey, where's all the money coming from? Who's getting all the money? Where is all the money being distributed? What happened with SNC-Lavalin? What happened with the WE scandal? You know what they're going to tell you? Don't worry, we got your back and we're taking care of you. Free pharma, free childcare, free dental care, free housing. Okay, how? How is it free? Do you know how the economy works? Nothing is free. Everybody has to work for something. You have to work for something. You can't go out and say, Oh, I want this fucking Lamborghini. Give it to me for free because I deserve it. That's what the government's pushing right now. Oh, you guys deserve free healthcare and free. We're going to give it to you because you deserve it. Where's the money going to come from? Who's paying for it? Who's paying for that? The working people? Why are the working people going to want to keep working if they're fucking supporting the non-working people that aren't doing fuck all? It doesn't, the system, you're making a system that's going to collapse in on itself. It doesn't make a lick of sense. And they're exporting all our resources, all our resource gathering. So like our mining, they're exporting, they were exporting our refining because it's illegal to refine our own resources here for whatever reason. Now they're exporting our mining. You look at Vancouver. Look at all the fucking pipelines being built. The Chinese pipelines in Vancouver. It's ridiculous. Now we can't even harvest our own resources. Look at Nestle. Nestle sold out fucking our water supply. Or we sold our water supply out to Nestle. Their contract expired and they kept pumping water out of our fucking reservoirs. You know what I mean? It's absolutely sickening. Our government is absolutely 100% corrupt. Trudeau he forced 2 fucking elections and now he just locked himself in and did a back-end deal with the NDP. And there's literally nobody's outraged. There's nothing we can do. Nothing's going to happen. Because nobody gives a flying fuck. It's scary. It's hilarious. And I want to move to Tahiti. I want to leave Canada. I understand how anybody who leaves Canada, because it's literally a joke. I'd rather live in a fucking nightmare, fucking Mad Max, Escape from LA, Chicago, whatever the fuck style country. I'd rather live in fucking war-torn Syria, fucking Afghanistan, than fucking deal with this shit that doesn't make sense. At least over there, it's like, there's the good guys, the bad guys, everybody knows what's going on, whatever. You know, I'm oppressed, there's fuck all to do, you can't go outside, you don't have no internet, that's fine. Okay, at least everything makes sense. Why don't I have the internet? Oh, because the bad guys, Taliban, run everything and they're pieces of shit and they don't want to, deal with international help. They have no resources. We don't, it's just a fucking bandit camp, pretty much. Cool. That makes sense. Come here, you got everybody's fucking heen and hawing, and the majority are like, yeah, let's support Trudeau. He's really good. He's gonna give us a bunch of free shit. But I'm not gonna ask where it's coming from or how he's gonna do it. But he's doing it. Like, and we're getting there. Might as well. I don't want to see what we have now turn into shit. So I might as well just go to the shit first. Right? Go to the shittiest place in the world. This way, when everything gets better, maybe they'll start there. And then maybe we'll get, No, my logic is absolutely retarded. But, yeah, it's just really sad. It's really tragic. And it's really weird that the government keeps pushing this native stuff. And, there's still boil water advisories. They're not addressing any of the real issues. They're almost like parading the natives in front of the Pope. Look how good of a job you did, Pope. Good thing you set the priests and nuns there, because now the natives can come and speak to you in English. Or speak to you in whatever. In Italian. No, he can't even speak. Well, yeah. Barely speak English, but you know what I mean? Just ridiculous. Parading around of our people while not really solving any fucking issues. Just like Trudeau parades himself around, telling everyone he's gonna fix everything while not really solving any fucking issues. It's really sad. Or just denting the issue. Going, oh no, we're gonna get it we got it taken care of. It's just gonna take you guys, it's gonna take us 10 years, so you're gonna have to elect me for 10 more years. Like, what? That's every politician. Except for they don't give you this false bullshit of we put $10 into the program. We're planning on putting all the money that it needs to work. So we're doing it. We're doing it because we got some of the money that we have now is going into it. And we just got to keep the money going into it. And then eventually it'll get done. And we're going to do that with everything. Okay. Why didn't people do that before? Why didn't people sink money in everything before and fix everything? Oh, that's right, because it causes inflation. It raises the price of everything else if you do it that way. And that's why we were doing it one thing at a time, one program at a time. Okay, this one works. This one has a closed loop feedback of money going in, money coming out. It's helping the community. Great. Trudeau government, piss money all over everywhere. We're going to take care of everything and everybody, and don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What about the numbers? What's happening? Why is everything going up, Trudeau? Where's the money coming from? Who's printing all this Bank of Canada money, and who are you giving it to? Oh, don't worry about it. Free pharma. Doesn't matter that everything's going up. Free pharma, free dental, free housing, free childcare. Don't worry about it. We got it. Don't ask where it's coming from. Like, Poilievre's the only one. Pierre Poilievre, I'm not talking about any of the other conservatives, because they look like typical puppets. Poilievre, okay, even if he is an opposition, even if Pierre Poilievre was a different side of the same coin, all he's been pushing for the past 10 years is transparency, okay? At least we have this on Pierre Poilievre, okay? We have nothing on Trudeau. All we have is the fact that everybody is up his ass and believes his false promises. Pierre Poilievre I've been watching him. He's been in Parliament, in the Finance Committee, asking, where is the money going? Who has the money? What the fuck is going on with we? What the fuck is going on with SNC-Lavalin? Why is there inflation? Show us where the money is going. Show us the numbers. You know what Trudeau says? Every fucking time. He's been asking this for literally 10 years in a row. And every fucking time the Liberals say, oh, well, we've got all these programs. We're doing government housing. We're doing free childcare. And we're looking at healthcare. Childcare, healthcare, government housing. Government housing. Okay, that's nice. But what are the numbers? Who's getting what? How much money is the Bank of Canada printing? How much inflation is going to happen? Oh, that's what you said. Okay, so what we're doing is, this is the Liberals now, we're getting housing for the people and childcare, and you just keep repeating yourself. You're not telling me anything. You're saying a lot, but you're not saying anything, because all I'm saying is give me the numbers. Give me the math. Show me how everything is going to work out. And they go, don't worry about it. Everything's going to work out. And that's all the people fucking hear, and they keep voting for this fucking guy. Like, how stupid are you? And like, the only way I could see people voting for him, or anybody who's getting the benefits, are people that he's fucking shipping into Canada. Okay? People in fucking, like, Bangladesh and shit. Like, it makes sense to appease new Canadians instead of Canadians that are already established. Because you can make it a program. Oh yeah, move to Canada. You'll get free money, you'll get free housing for the first 6 months or the first year, and we'll take care of everything for you, because that's what we do. Oh, so good. So good. Let me import a bunch of voters in for the next 2 years. Oh yeah, we'll take care of you. Oh yeah, 2 years, 5 years, we'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. When it cuts here, we'll take care of you. Just make sure you vote Trudeau, and you'll keep getting that money, and you'll have no problem, okay? Just keep voting for us. And, why are your people here complaining? Why are all the Canadians, hey, why is my cousin that's lived here for like 10 years, why is he saying that you're full of shit? Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, we're going to take care of you. Free housing, free healthcare, free dental. Look at Jagmeet Singh dancing around on TikTok. That's what Canada's about. You know? It's not about fucking being an industrious, self-sustaining smelting pot of a country that's fucking mines amazing amounts of nickel and gold, and we have shit tons of oil resources that we could be taking advantage of. No. We have to focus on immigration and fucking minorities instead of the entire country and the people as a whole. Right? Because why would you want to prosper as a whole, as an entire country, when you can compartmentalize everything and make false promises consistently and make people feel good and feel like everything's going to be better, but every single day you feel like shit and everything's getting worse. But the politicians are promising that it's going to get better, so let's just keep voting for this guy, right? It's literally so sad. So pathetic. I'm sorry that I don't have a visualization in the background for you. And you have to listen to me fucking yammer on. But it's literally, the system's fucked. It's corrupt. It needs to be fixed. Period. And toting around my people, the indigenous people, like this, like a fucking trophy, like a caricature, like a Trudeau caricature, is fucking ridiculous. The liberal government keeps saying a whole lot of fucking nothing. And when you look into their programs, you find out that they're completely untransparent. And now they somehow locked themselves in until 2025. That's some bullshit. That needs to be challenged somehow. Piao was trying to challenge it, and I guess he didn't get away with it because he stopped making videos about it. He's like, I'm going to Parliament to challenge us right away. Not happening. So, yeah, pretty fucked up. Pretty sad.